right, checking the gate, making sure we are verified and up and running on the YouTubes, which takes forever because it takes forever to get me a damn signal. And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers lunch stream here on a Thirsty Thursday. Grab your rum. It's be a Thirsty Thursday. And we are here to answer your question, but I was just walking along and I just happened to throw a rock, and look what I found. I found a CG Salacious B Crumb. How are you today, Crumb?
Doing pretty good. It's been a fun week so far. So happy to be here, and thanks for inviting me again.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. We love you. Love helping you with your charity stuff, and just glad to see you're out in the community doing stuff like this. And so what we want to do today, and hold on, YouTube is being dumb again. For some reason, I always hit it on live chat, but then it'll go back to top chat, and then I'm like, well, it doesn't give me all the damn responses I need. So what we are doing today is I'm just going to talk to Crumb. He's got about 30 minutes, guys. So there's some stuff that I wanted to cover, some stuff with Crumb with you guys. Maybe we'll have time for your questions. You guys, if you're new to the stream, you know the deal. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, give your greeting, because I will say hi to everybody. Maybe one or two questions for Crumb at the end. Depends. There's some stuff that I wanted to cover with Crumb today. We did have the big update yesterday, so there's some stuff I want to ask about that, and there's some other things that I want to ask about some other subjects that I think are important for us to cover. And Crumb is very, very kind to be here this early in the morning because he's West Coast, so he just literally woke up, put the conditioner in the hair, and is looking silky smooth. So. It's fabulous hair. So if you want to put your question in, remember we do have a format here because I use Nightbot as a filtering tool. If you have a question, put it in there. Make sure you put the word question for your actual question statement. For me, just in general, for Crumb, I'm going to tell you guys that I don't play this game where if you're going to ask a question about the future or anything like that, just know that I'm just not going to ask because Crumb can't answer that, and I'm a tester, and I can't answer that. I tell you guys that all the time. We're just not going to discuss anything coming up. I mean,
would love to talk about upcoming content.
Oh
but
God, yeah.
it's
Oftentimes
it can.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff. It's in the works. God dang, that's how it works, guys. So don't bother. So so we'll see where we're at. But the reason I wanted to bring you on, Crumb, is we did have the big gear release yesterday. And for so far, it looks like it's pretty positive from the community about doing this. Now, before we get into all that, because there's a couple questions I want to get into that people have been asking me, but my first thing that I wanted to talk about is the testing program. Because
sure,
yeah, because I'm a tester. Lucky's a part of the test program, and I want to get people an idea because I see a lot of comments in the community about like the testers don't test anything. There's no voice. There's nothing along those lines. Can you talk about a little bit about what the testing program is, what your goals are with the testing program? And we'll start from there. Like, what is the test program? What's the goal of it? And then I've got a couple other things to cover.
Sure. So we have a test program inside the CG that is specific to Galaxy Heroes. And sorry, you cut out there, Ranger. You catching me?
Yeah, I'm catching you. You there?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay,
You're getting a little bit of lag on from your side. That's all right.
Okay.
So anyways, test program. We've got a good group of players that help us test everything from new characters to features to all sorts of stuff. And we have before those testers get it, we have a pretty rigorous QA process which goes through. Then we give it up to these guys. These guys then take a look at it, give us their sort of like feel feedback in addition to like working on finding bugs. And then we hand it back off to QA again, final QA, and then it goes out to you guys in the wild there. So there's like three kind of steps of like checking for issues and things like that. It's the thing is that I think someone said this one, I can't remember the exact quote, but essentially after an hour of it being in the wild out on the live servers, you've already spent more time testing it than we've had for hundreds of hours internally, because the sheer number of people who are getting their hands on stuff, you find all sorts of fun bugs real fast.
Yeah.
We do have a pretty good process. I know bugs do get out, which is unfortunate, but there's a lot of steps and milestones we try and pass through to make sure that we are grabbing as many of them as we can and making sure that any of the egregious ones hopefully don't get out as well. So, and in addition to just like bug fixing and playing the characters and giving us feedback on how they play and how they're balanced and whatnot, the testers also give us a lot of good sort of insight into the sort of larger questions we have around the community. Obviously, we dive into the forums and Reddit all the time as well, but sometimes it's just like useful to be able to ask, hey, how do you guys feel about this? And we've got a lot of testers who touch, some pretty big communities. Ranger, you've got your whole community here at RSG and with Loki. And there's a variety of other ones that do as well. And, we ask them like, what's the response to this going to be like? What do you think? We have our own estimations. I have my own estimation for sure, but like, it's always good to get like a double check on a lot of stuff as well. So we have a lot of different conversations around, upcoming features and things like that we get you guys' opinions on. And, we try and do it as early in the process as possible because we want to make sure the feedback the testers gives us is actually used, right? Like when I started this test program, the thing I wanted more than anything else was to make sure that if we were going to do this, or we're going to organize a whole bunch of people to play this game in their free time and give us feedback on stuff that's not released instead of playing the game, that feedback better be dang useful and we better get actually put into the game. And so we try and do it set early enough in the QA process where we still have some flexibility. Sometimes we even show you guys stuff that's like way early in the process because we need to know we're trying to adjust the trajectory of the whole feature or whatever. And so it's good to just like get a sanity check on a lot of this stuff. So there's a pretty good process for working through these bugs and things like that. But, we try and at least get like a snapshot of player sentiment from, the test group that we have as well.
Yeah, and the thing too is that we are always trying to help with CG on because it's a partnership, right? Is when stuff does go live, we're also anytime we're catching stuff immediately after it comes out and stuff, we're trying to help CG with like, oh, we saw this bug, or if there's just bugs that we're catching, period, we're sharing that, because we want them to know what the hell's going on. And that at least my next part is that we see this all the time. CG doesn't care. They don't care about our feedback. What's the point? They don't listen. I think my and the thing I want to talk to you about is just the overall reason why you guys did the gears, because you are listening. I mean, you can't. So here's the thing: you guys take it, in the gut all the time and just get pounded because like they don't respond, they don't listen, and and one of the reasons that I've been, because I remember we talked about this because I was just doing stuff with you. I wasn't part of the test program. I had done it back in the day, but I stopped, right? And I appreciate it because I was just helping you with charity stuff. Like, let's just, charity stuff. That was our only thing. I wasn't really interested. And then you kind of reached out and then we just started talking and, and then it got me involved. But, you guys look at that feedback. You're constantly like reaching out to the testers. You're also looking at the forums and trying to get a sense of where the community is. And then you're looking at the issues, but it takes a while to get this stuff to where you want it. Because I know the gear, for instance, this is a big deal. And this is only phase one of this gear process. You guys, you guys, we took a long time and got a lot of feedback on this, and you guys really did your homework and then decided this would be the best route. I mean, talk about like, I know the community says that you guys aren't listening, but I can't stress that you guys really are listening and how important that is for you guys to get that feedback and what it means and why it's so important. And by feedback, I mean constructive feedback. I don't mean the other stuff. Like, the other stuff is not as important.
I think that's a great thing that you brought up as well. Like even, after release, like we are always looking for more feedback from all over the place as well. And we definitely rely on the testers to help escalate stuff to us that we see as like, hey, how big of a deal is this thing? Is this real? Let's go look at the data and try and figure out like, is this a real problem? Things like that. So, we're constantly monitoring a ton of different channels as well. But yeah, of course we're listening to feedback. I think the team here more than anywhere else that I've ever worked at has been all about trying to say like, let's figure out what's the experiential side of this thing with the players. How does this actually play out? Actually, like we've got their ideas of how we want it to play and what our goals are. And we often share those with you guys directly saying, here's what we want to do with this. Does this accomplish that? And if not, we try and pivot and change that as much as we can. So
yeah,
I'm constantly sending off reports to the team on like the top concerns, the top issues, things from like, I see the question all the time, like, well, what about what's happening with like guild tools and things like that? Like all those things we're escalating to the team over and over and over again to say like, hey, here's what the priority is today. Here's what the priority is tomorrow. Here's what the priority is the next day. And to the team's credit, they're great at being flexible and going like, okay, hey, we've got to address this now. And something like the gear crunch, man, like that's been something that's been in this game for a long time. We've been talking about it for Jesus for so long now, trying to figure out how do we do this right? How do we not introduce more problems? Like there's a way in which we release a bunch of gear changes, and then all of a sudden we just create a new problem out of the thing that we didn't expect. So just trying to make sure we find all the edge cases and make sure that there's no weird knock-on effects for some of this stuff. Because Galaxy Heroes, it's an intertwined game. Every part of it affects another piece of it in some way or another, and so there's sometimes there's stuff we don't consider, and it's great to get the perspective of a lot of players to go like, oh hey, yeah, by the way, you didn't think about this. Why was this not on the table? But I will say for the most part, we come to the table, especially with the testers, with a pretty full idea of what we're doing, and we've thought about a lot of the questions you guys asked. But it's definitely sometimes we're just like, how did we miss that? Of course, that's something we have to change. So it's a constant process of gathering feedback from a ton of different channels. YouTube here, we've got Reddit, forums, Twitter, wherever. All these places are spots that we have to. Twitch are places we're trying to pull in more information from and make sure that we are, when we release something, we get a good snapshot of how actually players are reacting to it. There's a lot of data that goes into that as well, of just like looking at player behavior, making sure that the players are engaging with the thing we want to effectively and things like that. So there's a lot of different aspects to making sure that we hear what you guys are saying, but also like know what you guys actually mean. Of like, okay, well, I'm frustrated about this on the forums, but when I look at your behavior, this is what's actually causing the problem. We can try and diagnose those issues a little closely. But the team isn't said. I've never worked on a team that is so much interested in hearing exactly what the players are feeling about the stuff and then willing to pivot on it. I mean, the testers are in the same chat with the designer of a character, and like the designers asking them questions, being like, well, does this feel better? Why do you have that problem? Like, what is the issue here? How do I adjust this? What about these three ideas to like make this ability better or feel good about it, right? Like there's a lot of things that the team does on like an individual basis that's all about gathering feedback from players. And not to mention said like me sending them feedback as well from the forums as well. The designers hear a ton of stuff about how their characters are doing, good and bad. So I try, and as you think you alluded to earlier, like constructive feedback helps a lot. If I have to sift through a lot of not constructive feedback, obviously that takes me more time, and I'd prefer just to get to the good stuff as fast as possible.
You
but that's life.
Yeah, I mean the other thing that I've you hear like for some of us like that the content creators have been supportive, that we're just shields, we're just the mouthpiece of for you guys. And I mean I can say, and I just wanted to say this, that I have really good dialogue with you guys. Like you guys want my honest opinion about stuff, and I don't sugarcoat anything. It's always constructive, right? And we go, I love the dialogue because we have dialogues about certain things, and I think that it's really good. I may have a different viewpoint. You guys listen, and then we talk it out, and I think that's really good. I mean, I think that's really healthy, and you guys want us. You don't just want us to sit there and be like, "Oh, this is good. We like this. It's good."
I mean,
you guys want us
going the top like. Going hard on us for sure on that, and like trying to like solve the core issue here, because we care about this game deeply. But oftentimes like the first like three things we'll hear from the testers are like things that we've considered, but then like the fourth and fifth ones are things that are like, oh, that's maybe a good thing to think about. Like, why did we not talk about that or whatnot? And I said it's a very much an open conversation where I'd say both sides are open to understanding how do we make this thing better, and are trying to work hard together. And that's a pretty cool thing, because I think I've been in other test programs before at other jobs, and it's not been as like as connected as this is, of like like the people who are working on the feature or character are there said having a conversation with you back and forth and trying to explain X or Y. And that's what I'd love to do more of like that in those Q&A formats like we've done in the past and things like that, because I think that's where you get like a real direct connection to those guys, to ask them some pretty interesting stuff, and they're there to answer. So it's a pretty cool thing.
Yep. I just have two more things I want to cover with you real quick because I'm super positive on the gear stuff. However, there's some concerns in the community with guilds. I know you kind of hit with this a little
Sure.
bit yesterday. Talk about why you guys. I mean, we know it's obvious you want to use TW, you wanted to redo TW and get that more excited, but you wanted to use that as the platform for introducing Relic 9. But it looks very limiting on who can get Relic 9 and everywhere else. Was that intentional? And from what it looks like, it's like you guys you're being very cautious about Relic 9 coming into the game. If I'm understanding that, you want to talk about the TW changes real quick, why you made them, and then why you have this where it is right now with Relic 9. And it also said in the post, this is subject to change. You guys are looking at it, and then we'll make changes based off what you're seeing from the community and things of that nature. So you can just hit on that one real quick.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is definitely not to break up guilds, of course, or have any kind of cause any strife with members trying to shift around and things like that. But ultimately, like if you're going for the end game kind of like top of the chain stuff, right? This Relic 9 is the new maximum. You want that to be a competition for folks that are and reward those who are being successful, who are using their roster well, who are have the right squads and things like that, right? To then be able to be rewarded for that kind of effort as well. So, we look back and forth at Territory Wars. It was definitely a big conversation of like, do we make the win-loss part of this whole piece of the Territory War changes actually matter, right? Because right now, Territory War is relatively flat, no matter what you do. Win or lose, you're going to get about the same rewards. And we definitely thought about like, if we're going to make this mode where it matters, like win-loss matters, we got to adjust matchmaking. So we went and did that as well as part of this update, and that was a big piece of it. But we're definitely going to keep monitoring to see like what this effect has on guilds. And this is not the last place R9 will be available. I'm fairly confident. Like as you said, we wanted to go out pretty conservative with this stuff. It's easier for us to keep expanding it out versus going way too broad and then all of a sudden have to pull it back, and then you guys like don't get like Relic 9 materials from other modes you used to. Trust me, anytime you tell you from Conquest, anytime we have to roll stuff back or make things a little harder, it's not a great experience for players, and it's not something we want to do at all. So yeah, we're gonna go a little slow on this one, and right now it's just as I said in the post, for the moment Relic 9 materials are available here, but we'll see how that goes, and we'll definitely monitor closely like what the effect on guilds that has, and if there's been significant shifting around and things like that as well.
Yeah, one of the things I'm seeing from a lot of the community, especially with guilds, is the time sync. Are you guys, when you looked at TW, is the time thing a consideration that if you're going to have people commit more time, and it looks like with more teams, they're going to have to, especially guild leaders and guild officers, there's going to be a big time sink now into this. Are you guys looking to alleviate that in other aspects of the game? Because again, one of the biggest things that the community's been kind of up in arms about is we're having spent so much time in Conquest, and then when you add GAC and then TB and now TW is increasing that time. Time is a big important for a lot of things more than anything. So as you're looking at TW the time, are you looking to adjust other things? Are you going to just talk about the time aspect and what you guys your viewpoint from CG of like what that means.
Sure. It's definitely something where we don't want to burn players out around. Like there's a happy or healthy level of like engagement that players have with the game that's not like, said like pushing like where to the point where like I don't know if I have time for this mode versus this mode, right? That's not what the point where we want you to get. And it's definitely something we were looking at, and I think the interesting part about Galaxy Heroes, because there's so much stuff stacked on top of each other, there are days which like it kind of like goes up and down, right? Like it's this constant. Some days 5 things align and you got to do Territory Wars, you've got to also do GAC, you've also got to do your dailies, you got to get your 600 done, all that stuff kind of all coalesces into one day sometimes. And I think that's something we want to try and address in the future and make things a little bit smoother from a day-to-day basis, because obviously when we ask players to do more in the game, we'd like to make sure that maintains the healthy level of engagement and time in the game. And it's something we'll definitely be monitoring with how players like interact with Territory Wars, if this is causing burnout, things like that. We'll definitely address that if needed. But it's a constant conversation around like, is this asking players to do too much? Is this too little? Because there's also the pull on the other side of folks being like, I mean, I heard for years this game, there's not enough to do.
There's not enough
There's
to
nothing for me
do,
to do
right?
every
It's a
day.
balance,
I'm so
right?
bored, right? So it's like this constant balancing act of being like, well, we want to give them more to do, but if we give them too much to do, then we get a lot of people who are just like frustrated because they can't complete everything in the game. But then there's the people who are like, well, I've done everything. I played for 6 hours a day, and now I want the next thing. Give me more, right? And so it's definitely a balancing act. But I've had a lot of conversations over the last couple of months around, like, especially some of these upcoming features, so changes to Conquest and things like that, being like, okay, what is the overall time we expect like a engaged player, I'll say, to spend in the game versus a average player versus just a casual player, and like how much are they able to get done in there in whatever time frame they're comfortable with is definitely a big something we're considering.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is great stuff on the stun guns. I mean, all that stuff that was in the gear. Now, this is just phase one. A lot of people were like, there was not gear mentioned in that. Like the big one was impulse detectors. Those getting the C-pit rewards, right, with the arrow magnifiers and stuff like that. But the impulse detectors that people are like, where are we going to get those at? Now, I know you don't know, you can't announce when phase 2 or 3 or 7 or 12 or how many phases there are going to be for this. But I'm pretty sure, can I be safe to say that other gear is going to be addressed in other ways in some future content that you guys are planning and you're still working
Yeah,
on gear?
yeah. Again, this is phase one. There's going to be multiple phases to this over the next couple months here. So we've got other things in the store for sure. I think the impulse detectors is a really good one. I think it's definitely something I brought to the team yesterday after seeing the response to it. I think there's some good concern around there. There's some important stuff that people are saying. And so definitely let the team know that, like, hey, like impulse detectors, this makes the crunch on impulse detectors harder. And it's kind of thing we were talking about earlier of like, if we alleviate one area of gear, it can like cause people to move forward and then they just hit another chunk of issues. And so we want to make sure we do that as smoothly as possible if we can. But definitely let people know about impulse detectors yesterday being like, hey, like that's definitely a concern.
The other thing too that I saw too is a lot of people were talking about Kyrotex. Initially, you guys had put out Kyrotex as a way to take the place of other gear, but it's become a major gear piece now. That some of them are just a lot. How hard are you guys looking at Kyrotex? I know you can't talk about what you're going to do about them, but is it something that's in the discussion of like how this is affecting the player base and how much they're needed and how much the quantity that's needed for all these, especially the newer characters? I mean, some of them like the GLs take 700 Kyrotex, and the drop rate's pretty not good. I know I farm them every day on the stream. Is it something you guys are discussing as a future thing for the phases? Is it something you guys have on your radar?
Yeah, and just to reiterate, we're doing this in phases because it's so intertwined with so many other systems, and we want to make sure that we don't have to pull anything back, and we're confident with each of those phases and saying that like we're good with this. What we want, make sure players have more of this, and then we'll see the impact of it stuff. So there's definitely a wait and see for some of this stuff approach, especially for phase 2. We want to make sure we get phase 1 out there. We see a little bit of feedback on that, of how it impacts the players, look at the data, make sure that goes going well, and then look at the next kind of step of that stuff. And we've already, we've talked about what phase 2 looks like at a high level. I think as we get closer to it, we're obviously working on those changes as we speak. But we'll have more to share around like things like Kyrotex and things like that, hopefully in the future. But I know we wanted to make sure we addressed, especially like kind of like we did with the shards, like make sure early folks are fixed up, because it's kind of like you want to go through the life cycle as best you can, and Cryotex are kind of like at the next tier level of this kind of stuff, right? Like we got through the G8 gear, a lot of this stuff and things like that. And that's not to say again we've like solved all this stuff, right? This is definitely, gear is a never-ending thing that you want to engage with in Galaxy Heroes. So there's probably like no way we just like dump a million things of new gear on you, but we try and make it so that the process, you feel meaningfully faster in the game right now with these gear changes that are going to come. So we'd like to do that obviously with other parts of the game as well. It's a Kyrotex, probably on the cards there somewhere, but it's got we have a lot of other ideas of how we solve these problems as well. So we've got it won't be probably the exact same interventions that you saw in phase 1. It's probably some new ideas and some different ways to solve those problems.
All right, let's get to a few questions. I know you got about 10 minutes or so. So there's a few. I'm not going to get to everybody's questions here. I said I'm going to take a few. I'm going to try to get these to Crumb as best I can because he's got a busy day today. But Solo Base, you know who that is, our fellow content creator.
Oh, Solo.
Yeah, Gambit Pod podcast. Check those out. The Game It Boys. He says, question, the C-Pit rewards were nerfed for all that finished in the top 10. Why was it necessary to hurt 20% of the players just to help the other 80%? How does that motivate people to participate?
Well, we wanted to broaden. We heard a lot of people saying they wanted to broaden out the rewards for CPIT, and making sure that overall your guild is getting more, right, and a good chunk. I think it's before you're getting around 200 or so overall for the guild, and now you're getting closer to over 300. So there's like a pretty substantial jump in the overall amount of error magnifiers that the guild is getting, and ultimately I think that's what's the important part here, right, is that your guild is also getting lifted up at a much higher rate than before, and you can accomplish more things. You can maybe do CPIT more easily. You can do some of the other modes with now you have Relic A characters. You can obviously unlock some of the Galactic Legends and things like that as well. So there's a lot of value into getting that stuff unlocked, and we definitely wanted to broaden that out to make sure more players and guilds had it, because yes, we did take some away from the top, but overall, it's way, way better for the guild to have this broader swath of people getting these rewards in general. And but you're not also missing out on all of them. You're still getting 7 or so at the top as well. So it's much flatter than it was before, and we think this creates a better experience as opposed to we were talking about yesterday with Cubs. Like now I'm competing against my guild mates to get the top score because my progression is in jeopardy unless I push this guy out of the way, which is guilds are all about working together and about making sure that you and your guild mates are all on the same page and working towards a common goal. So if the rewards are too favored into one direction, then there's going to be some kind of odd behavior that comes out of that. So we want to try and make it more egalitarian as possible, I guess we'll say.
Yeah. Next question, Darsign 1972 says, Crumb, I'm 98% excited on your post. My only concern I have is I'm in a 382 million GP. Members are now concerned with if we win, we get 5 Relic 9. If we lose, we get 1. We may lose people due to the rewards, so why so little for the loss?
Again, it's to incentivize players to win, right? This is a very, very end game material. It's the new hotness. So we wanted to make sure there's some incentive to work towards that and to win. And if you're, we shouldn't be giving away, at least in my opinion, that top prize in this game for if you didn't win, it's important to incentivize that. So I do understand that that's why we address matchmaking. So there's not prolonged streaks. And so there's things that help you win over time as well. So if you are a 350 million GP guild, you're not going to be facing against the same opponents over and over again and then keep losing, because there's the new system will help you balance that out to around 50-50 or so. So most guilds should be getting around the same if they're at that range.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gapig, hi Crumb. He says, is there something anecdotal that you can tell us, obviously, that you can tell us where a tester has helped avoid a potential problem? Really, you can't get into specifics, but is that, I'm sure you can say yes. There's been many times that we've caught something and helped.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, too many to name. There's it was certain characters. I'm trying to think of one really good example of all the characters on my mind right now are characters not released. Is the problem. So, I know, right? It's wait, it's that one. Oh, but that's I can't talk about that one yet. Trying to think of things with Lord Vader's kit and things like that. There was a lot of back and forth on how the mechanics work for here versus for some of the different abilities to make sure that he was at the right power level, and we definitely took a lot of feedback on that one. What was the previous one before that though?
For character?
Yeah, for character.
I'm trying to think. It's too early in the morning for you to be doing this.
It's too early for me to remember this. And, there's so many different, we're so far past those characters, it's hard for me to remember what we were talking about. But yes, there are many examples of that.
I mean, what's the most recent stuff that came out was Executor.
Yeah,
there's a lot involved with that. Boy, was there a lot of feedback on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth on that one. I mean, I think Maul and Kenobi were good ones as well to talk about. Maybe to hear there was some
Cat, Kenobi, Maul,
just making sure that that making sure that where Maul landed was really important for us, and knowing that he's still a solid character outside of the Kenobi team, but also he's very is very good. But the designer has tweaked like different abilities, I think, in there from when we're doing the mall one where the designer like had an idea for one of the abilities and it was fine, but I think someone else, one of the testers suggested a kind of way to tweak it and add a couple abilities to it. I believe it was special one that they had some suggestions for around like inflicted offense down and making sure that the attack dealt more damage and things like that. And the designer implemented that and threw that into the kit. So I'd say every part of almost every kit has been touched by a tester in some way that is like their feedback is directly in there. And I have to go back and ask the testers themselves, being like, hey, tell me a moment where you suggested something and it got into the game. I was keeping a running tally of that for a long time, but I haven't done it for a while, and I probably should, because there's some.
Yeah, I know me and Loki have done a ton of those, but I just don't. I can't think. I mean, I don't.
There are multiple characters though. Yeah. I'll say that like had an ability that were directly changed because of tester feedback of like some aspect of it, or reworking it in some way, or feeling like, hey, this doesn't quite hit the mark. How do we rejigger this thing to make sure it does in the end?
Yep. All right. A couple more questions. I'll get you out of here. A couple short ones because I know you had to get going.
I wish I had a better example for that one, man. That's a really good question.
Yeah, it's a good question. We can't get into specifics, but yeah, I know that there was a lot that we like Executor, for example. I mean, there was a lot on that one, and then Maul, Cat, Kenobi, Lord Vader. Those are the recent ones, right? Am I missing any other ones that were they're already out? I don't want to get in trouble.
That's it. Well, this one's not out, but wait, that's not out.
Oh, yet. That's not out. That's not out. Oh crap! I can't talk about it. Get an email, Ranger. You're in trouble. Like, oh no!
You get the call.
Ghost Strike question. Hey guys, any plans on working on upgrading pilot list ships since the new Relic levels, or at least adding to the list? Yeah, that's the one that people have been kind of concerned about, the pilot list ships with the relic increases and stuff. The stats on the ships is something you guys have on the table to look at.
Yeah, definitely. I think we talked, I can't remember, one of these interviews recently in the last month or so, someone asked me the same question, and I went and talked to the team about like, hey, like what is happening with cruise ships? And there's a couple tasks in works right now to update those in some way in the future. I don't know when it's going to get added to the game or when it's going to get implemented. It's kind of like in the medium priority list of stuff. But definitely trying to figure out, like, as relics continue to grow, how do we maintain the value of those crewless ships, because they're they can get a little left behind with the stat growth.
Okay, last one, and then what else? 23 question: are you noticing an increase in players doing a wimpy defense in GAC, saving most GLLs for offense? And how do you feel about that as an issue or non-issue?
In wimpy defenses, I've seen the opposite issue in my personal GACs.
Well, it's
guys just basically throwing up the walls.
What we're seeing a lot happening now is that people just keep everything, all their GLs on offense. They put just nothing but garbage down, and they do efficiency. It's pretty much what I don't do that because I try to put a good defense down, but more and more players are doing that because they're so terrified with the nerfs that they're just not. They're like, I'd rather keep them and have them, and then it's just like that old adage. I'd rather have it and not need it, but instead of needing it and not have it, kind of thing. It's what we're starting to see as a trend anecdotally in GAC. Do you think that's something that would be on your guys' radar? Do you guys, I'm sure you guys do keep track of like GAC I can't talk, who participates, what they're doing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're definitely looking closely at it. We have a larger kind of data review once a week or so, and that's where we go through like a lot of in-depth detail and like, okay, let's pull apart the data for GAC. Like, how is this going? What are the core issues we're seeing and things like that? And I will say that we haven't seen that behavior widespread, at least, but definitely in the segments, possibly in the segments that you're in, there's maybe some sub kind of like cultures that are happening up in that level. But for the most part, we haven't seen people like putting on less or more defenses than previously, or stronger or weaker defenses in general. Like, it's been pretty normal, but it said your experience may vary apparently.
Yeah, yes it will. And then so guys, I gotta let Crumb get out of here. Last thing I just want to address before you get out of here, Crumb, is Conquest. It's a big deal. Can you just tell the fans, One of the things is how fast is Conquest 9 coming? Is it going to be on a normal cycle, or are you guys expediting that? And then two, like, just assure the fans that their feedback's being heard about, like, the issues that they have with Conquest.
Yes, definitely. And so all 7, 8, and 9 are all going to be on that compressed schedule. We want to get them. So hopefully by the end of 9, we're back on track where we were before after the delay for 7, right? So 9 will be coming very quickly as well. But yes, absolutely. We listen to your feedback. So we're on this kind of like 3 Conquest cycle right now. So things are probably going to change again in Conquest 10. We're going to have a lot of sort of like, actually, we're about to start testing on Conquest 10. I can say that because we know that's all coming. So
yay,
we're
more
gonna
Conquest.
Looking through more things for you guys to check out and see. But definitely I have put in several big reports to the team being like, hey, here's what the core frustrations are around Conquest 7 and 8. Like, here's letting you know what's going on. Here's what the suggestions are. Here's what the suggestions are from the testers, all that kind of stuff. We're definitely listening to your feedback on this. And hopefully with Conquest 10, we'll kind of move the needle back in the direction you guys are happy with.
Yep, absolutely. And tonight you're going to, and before you get out of here, we got to pimp your stuff. You're going to be streaming tonight, right?
Oh, thanks.
And talk about
yes, absolutely,
the channel and what you're doing with the Children's Miracle Network. Go for it, brother.
Yeah, thanks so much for reminding me to do this, Ranger, because you're the consummate professional here. I always forget to do this
not
stuff.
Really,
but
no,
yes,
I'm not. No.
Yeah. Yes, but I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time for charity. We're raising money for Children's Miracle Network every year. The Capital Games is very passionate about doing a big charity event as best we can. This is, just put on by the employees. It's just passionate people inside the studio who want to help out charity. And so we've been doing this for, I think, 5 years now, raised about $42,000 over the course of those years. And in about 2-3 weeks from now, on October 16th, we'll be having our big Capital Games charity stream. But leading up to that this year, I've been playing a bunch of games, trying to raise as much money as possible. And we've hit over $6,000 so far, which is pretty nuts. Because last year as a studio, we raised $8,000. And by myself, I've already raised $6,000 with the thanks to the great people in this community. For Children's Miracle Network, it's supports specifically local hospitals in your area. So we've chosen UC Davis Children's Hospital as our local beneficiary, and they are our great partner. We've got to go into the UC Davis Hospital, got to meet some of the kids who've been impacted by this, and it's a really great program. We've helped build a neonatal intensive care unit. We've helped give them some cool specialized equipment for kids, for also just to like make the experience like not terrible for kids. Often these kids, super young, and going through like an MRI or something is pretty scary. We've showed it a couple of times off on the stream. There's a little video that we got that's like they built out these like VR goggles to go when you're into the MRI to like watch a movie or something, because sometimes these kids are stuck in the MRI for an hour or two, and that's a pretty scary place to be in. And so it's they let them watch like the latest Disney movies or whatever on the goggles while they're sitting there still, and doing things like that, like making sure the ambulance is all decked out and kid friendly and things like that, or their rooms are right. Like these things make a huge deal for the quality of life of these patients and these children. So whatever we can do to support them has been great. But yeah, anyways, long story short, it's a very great cause, and I'm very happy to support it. I said, and I've been streaming Twitch TV/SB Crumb Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:30 to around 9:30, playing variety of games, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, yes, we
pretty
have.
much try and play something different every time. Ranger can attest to all the random stuff we played over the last couple of months here. So, but it's a great time. We have guests on. We play Magic sometimes as well with Loki and the folks. We do all sorts of fun stuff there. But if you can join us, great. If you could donate, even better. But if not, we'd love to see you out there just hanging out and having some fun. But yeah, we'll see you guys tonight around 6:30.
All right, Crumb, I know you got to get going because you have another meeting, so thank you so much.
Yeah, I got to run, unfortunately.
Yeah, thank you for spending some time with us. I know there was more questions. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of them. I'll try to answer some of them myself, but thank you so much, Crumb, for joining us. I really appreciate you, brother, and I will see you tonight, my friend.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Right.
See you later, RSG community, and thanks again, Ranger.
Bye. Let's get some SCs in the chat for Crumb for doing this. So thank you. All right. So, well, just you and me, Thane. I saw you sneak in there, you son of a. Dirty bastard.
Hello there.
Hey, our defense did quite well. We'll look at that here in a second. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that. Yeah, I did quite well. So I just want to say that I know there was more questions, guys. Trust me, there'll be more opportunities to talk with Crumb. He only had so much time. I wanted to hit some big stuff and answer some of the things that I thought were important and some of the questions I saw you guys ask. I didn't get to everybody's questions. I apologize. There's only so much time we can do it. You know, he's got stuff that he's doing, and you know, so it's just the way it is. So hopefully, some of those answers that we discussed help you get a sense of things and answer some of your concerns and things. I just want to let you guys know that what you say matters, because it matters to me. It matters to Crumb. They are listening. They're listening to us. We talk to them. We you know, every time you guys, as long as it's constructive, give me feedback. I have my own thoughts on things, of course, right? But I take all that, and then I have my viewpoint. And there's some, and we're not going to name the testers. They can do that themselves. It's up to them, right? So they're very anonymous, but it's some big names, and we're in there, and you know, we're hashing this stuff out. And I really appreciate that CG is. They're really listening. They may not like what we have to say sometimes, but that's okay. Sometimes there's stuff that we don't like that they say, and we kind of hash it out and, you know, working on this stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, guys. I know you guys can be frustrated, but, you know, like with Conquest, it's frustrating. They're listening. You know, we're telling them. You just heard Crumb give that whole thing about it. So, you know, just hang tight. We're going to try to make this game better because we love this game. We're all passionate about it. We just have to, you know, just stay on target. Keep those comments coming. If you don't like something and you got to, my thing is, and I always tell you guys this, if you don't like something, please say you don't like it. That is absolutely fair. You know, you can bitch and moan and complain and just get it off your chest. But then I always ask, but give me a solution. Say, I don't like this. Great, I get it. But what's your solution? Because it's important. You know, everybody has good. The more ideas we have, and the more we can share those ideas, the better we can make this. And they're listening. The testers are listening to you guys. Content creators are listening to you guys. We're sharing that stuff to them. They're listening. They're watching streams. They're reading the forums. They're reading Reddit. They're looking at the Twitters and things of that nature. So, what else? Any3 says, if you don't like something, disconnect the stream. Did the stream disconnect? So it looks like it's running. Am I on crack here?
I don't know. I don't see on mine.
What else says, if you don't like something, disconnect the stream. But I'm glad you guys came out today. I wish I had more time with Crumb, but I'll be hanging out with Crumb tonight, and we'll be raising money. And you know, you're feel free to ask questions. Sometimes Crumb's going to answer those questions when he's streaming, when he's raising money, and sometimes he doesn't, because he wants to focus on just playing the game and raising money for the Children's Miracle Network. But that was some stuff that I really. The stuff that I brought up about the testers and how important your feedback is, and their view, just all the stuff that we discussed, I really wanted to get that out there today. I've heard some stuff like we're just shills and I'm just a shill for CG. I'm like, really? Okay, let's just put that nonsense to bed. You know, I speak my mind. They listen. You know, but it's a back and forth. It's open dialogue. I give CG a lot of, you know, they are listening. They've been listening to you guys about gear. They are listening to you guys about your feedback on Conquest. They're listening to you guys on all your feedback. So keep it going. This is how we.
People have really been calling you a shill?
Yeah, I've had a few people call me that. It doesn't matter. But I'm like, well, if you're gonna say it, then. I'm going to adjust it, you know, not that it bothers me. It's like, okay, you're going to have an unfactual statement. And it's just not just me, but other content creators. You know, you're just shills for, you know, you don't ask the tough questions, and you don't, you know, you're just the mouthpiece of CG. Like,
so, okay. So hold on.
And it's not just me, but it's like other content creators that got this too.
So hold on. So let me address this really quickly, you know, because I'm not part of this, like, you know, I'm not one of these testers like you guys are, but I know a little bit. So, guys, if the content creators, regardless of who it is, it's Ranger, you know, pick a name. If they don't ask the tough questions, don't assume they're not asking those tough questions behind closed doors, because that's where like a lot of these changes, like, you know, like changes for gear and stuff are coming from, right? Changes for Conquest. You know, just because they don't ask, you know, those tough questions in a public forum does not mean that they're not having these conversations behind closed doors. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay, trust me, the tough questions are being asked. Trust that.
Yes.
I can say that much.
I mean, yeah, there's just certain things we can't discuss. Anything future coming up. I knew about the gear stuff. I couldn't say anything. And there's still stuff I can't talk about it, and I will never talk about it because it's not the way this process works. But I mean, he's absolutely right. They're getting the tough stuff's being asked and addressed, guys, on both sides. So CG's doing it, and we're doing it. So. I mean, I know like there's certain things that are frustrating. They do something and you're like, okay. And you don't have to agree with it either, guys. I'm not saying that you have to like or agree with the changes. Like, the TW stuff, but people are, and that's a concern for me. That's why I asked. The time sink. It's going to be a lot more time. Where do I just want you guys to know that they're aware of it. They're looking at it, and change does take a little bit longer to do sometimes than we would like. And I get it. Conquest is another time sink. The time issue is a big deal. That's why I asked the question. But they are listening to it. And if you think that we're not asking or addressing that with them, you're wrong. We are. And I know they're listening to you guys. Crumb just said he is. He's in there just sifting through the forums and sifting through videos and sifting through content creators and seeing what you guys are saying to get a pulse and the feel on them. So, but yeah, trust me. Thanks for saying that thing. We do ask the tough questions. We're just not going to ask the tough questions here. I mean, we can't talk about certain things because we just can't. So we got you guys. Just hang with us and we're going to get squared away. All right. So let's have some fun in the game. This is what we're here for. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you would. I'm going to go back through some of the questions and see if I can address these as best I can. I know Crumb's not here, but before we do that, we got to do some stuff in the game. So if you have questions you want to ask, feel free. Make sure you follow the same format, question before the actual question statement, and we'll get you guys squared away. And what I'll try to do too is I will try to cut this after I get done here. Is cut that the interview with Crumb into an actual video and put that on YouTube. Not that I really need to because actually I really don't need to because this video is going to go up anyway and you can see it anyway.
No, you should
Mike, that's exactly what a CG puppet would say. Sarcasm. You son of a. All right. So let's go look at GAC. We did GAC yesterday. And you can see here that our defensive plan worked. Thane, we're evil. It went quite well. We're going to do mod depression. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to get you your daily dose of mod depression. We're going to look at GAC. I've got plenty of mods. As soon as I go do this real quick, we're going to look at what happened with GAC. I'll go right into mod depression. You can see me get my ass kicked, rolling mods. It's a tradition here. I got you. It's fine. We'll be okay. Everything's fine. We're fine. Me and Thane are fine. How are you? So front line, we said we full cleared yesterday. We had to do a double take on the shift. So we did this on purpose. We put our executor down, and what we wanted to do is try the strat where we sent poor Mason their thing, and he got slaughtered. But then we went in there with our Malevolence fleet and just wrecked, right? So we had to two-shot that, and then I just got bad RNG again. Thane, that negotiator mirror, man, it hates me, dude. Like every bloody time, man. Oh my God. I mean, we have the worst luck on that one every time. So we had to two-shot that, but we had the fleets for it because Thane, if you look, the front line he cleared, we knew he did because he didn't put down any GLs. Oh, you're not watching the stream? Oh, okay, let me.
Not at the moment.
Okay, let me share screens just for Thane. Give us a moment. Uno memento for poor favor, everybody. All right, can you see it now? Can you see me now? Are you good?
Yes, I can.
Are you safe, Padme?
Oh, wow.
So, front wall, no, we cleared one shot everything else. We didn't have a problem with that. So we had 2 holds with Ray. Not bad, huh? And I put the wrong team down too.
Probably you see.
What's that?
You probably went in there with C.
Yeah. Don't tempt me, Frodo. Hey, Dr. Filger just became a member. He says, what a great channel. Ranger. Are there different ones? One can support RSG. Yeah, so there's a few ways you can support us if you want to support us financially. I mean, watching the videos, thumbs up. I mean, I know money's tight out there, guys, but if you can afford it, sponsoring us on YouTube. I think that's what it's called, sponsor. You can subscribe. You can also sponsor if you want to. And again, thank you, Dr. Feelgood, for 27 months. You can also go on Twitch. You can sub on Twitch with your Prime, Amazon Prime, or just become a Prime member there. You can support us that way. There's also Patreon. If you'd like to support us monthly, $5 a month, you can just go to the Patreon. You become a VIP. You can come hang out with me before streams, especially on the Wednesday night stream. You get a full hour just hanging out with me. You can ask me questions. It's private, and it's just for the VIP, so you can do that. And then we have the PayPal set up if you want to just have some fun and just like on Tuesdays now I'm doing like Ross reviews so Ranger can get some taco and coffee money. I would call it taco and coffee day. That was a lot of fun. We did a lot of Ross reviews that day, and just fun stuff like that. We also have an Amazon wish list just for stuff. There's some stuff on there that's just goofy stuff that just like I wish I had. Again, the wish list, and there's stuff that's for the actual stream, like a new desk or something like that. If you want to support it that way, I mean, that's something the fans made us create a long time ago. The PayPal, the Amazon wish list. I didn't have that stuff initially. Like, you need to do that. I know Thing was like, you better do it. It's like, okay, god dang, just get off my nuts. So yeah, there's all kinds of ways you can support us. So if you want to do that, feel free. So that was the front south wall. The front north wall, he one-shot everything. But I want to see what the banners were on that. And then in the back line, it played right into our hands, man. Peekaboo, guess what I got for you? SLKR in the back. He got another hold. This is again another round where they couldn't play SLKR. You got the other two, but they're just there as placeholders. It's like, look at that SLKR. He's doing good work, man. Especially if he had a 2-shot Ray and then he had to use something for gas and Darth Revan. Then he got in the back line. He's like, SpaghettiOs. And then the fleets. Yeah, he couldn't take out Executor. Could not take out the Chimera fleet.
That one hurts. That one hurts.
That's why I did it. I mean, if you want to play the game with me, I'll put Executor down every time, especially if mine's faster, and usually it is. It's a pain in the ass, and even the mirror matches suck. And I'm just gonna 2-shot it from now on. Thing. It's like, okay, I got a 2-shot the Executor, and then I'll just go 1-shot the other ship. So it's fine. Lord Vader says SLK is giving me so many holds now. Nice. All right, keep your questions coming. I'll get to questions here in a second, but before we do all that, we are going to go. I did the daily already, so we got plenty of mods.
We're starting to get the hang of these efficiency fighters, man, because they get so used to fighting efficiency.
Yeah.
Efficiency that once they actually meet like a real wall, they're like, oh shoot. They fold.
Well, because what we do with our defense is we force them to use a lot of good stuff up front, and then they're like, oh, surprise, SLKR in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, surprise, Jedi Master Kenobi in the back.
A lot of people don't have C modded right.
I mean, our opponent didn't. As soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh, please use that. And I didn't have the right raid team. I should have had Poe in there. So, I mean, that tells you how good that thing is. All right, keep those questions coming. I'll get to those here in a second. I do have a Ross review to do today, but I want to finish up some questions and do mod depression first. And then we're going to do a Ross review. I owe a Ross review from DJ Scrim. I didn't see it yesterday. I apologize, DJ Scrim. I just didn't see it in the queue. I didn't see one initially when it looked, so I didn't go back and check it again. Been updated, so I'm going to do the one for today, and I'm going to knock yours out tomorrow, Scrim. So we'll get yours squared away for the Ross review. So my apologies, my friend. I just didn't see it, so that's my bad. But we will get it done, and I will do your Ross review. And we'll talk about the Ross reviews here in a sec. So let's do some mod depression thing. We got the big roll today. Big roll. Let's filter like we always do. All our mods, but we just want the ones that are not arrows. Screw that. All right, we're just going down the line. We're doing two things. We're taking all our mods that we can to 6E, and then that's what I've been doing with my mats, and then and energy, and then the other ones we're going for mods we can slice, and then going for the big rolls. You need those 20+ speed rolls. So I'm trying to see where we're at. Like there's one right there on Cardoon. Look at her. Look at her. We need to slice this one. It's a 20 speed. It's a triangler too.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
So we're going for it. All right, we got a couple chances at this. We just want speed to hit. I don't care about anything else. Just please, just hit speed. All right, you ready, Thane? You ready?
It's got
All
a
right,
defense, so be careful.
I know. Come on, big money. Let's roll. Shit. We didn't hit it.
It's not defense.
All right. It did hit protection. That's nice. All right, here, come on. Come on. Come on. Please, please. Big money. Yes! Suck it, the Illuminati. Suck it hard, suck it long. I'll take that. I'll buy that for $1. All right. So we did that one. I need to. Can I slice? No, I need to go look at. We have other mods to do here. Let me go back and filter. Let's see here. We have. Let me see what I have to. So they're okay. They're all health. No, there's some crit damage in there. Where did that come from? Oh, that must have been from the event. It's health, crit damage. All right. There's more. Don't worry, guys. There's more chances for mod depression. Oh, I didn't say no whammies. Yeah, it just hasn't been working out for me, Lord Vader, with the no whammy thing. So I was like, I'll change it up and just go big money. And it's been working on the big hits. Now the other mods, not so much, but we're looking for number 29 or did we hit number 29 looking for 30? I can't remember, but that's the lifetime of thousands of mods. Yee. All right. Let's just go down the line. This is not sorted by speed, is it? No, good.
I mean, if you want 20 plus speed mods, all you gotta do is pull up ground if you can and start slicing.
I know, right? That dirty bastard. We can sell this one already because it doesn't have anything. All right. Let's start going through the different colors here. That was all the golds. Let's go check the purplers. All right. Got a few purplers here, thing. Let's see if we can get a nice big juicy hit of speed. Oh, that one hit 5 speed. Let's see what we get if we go for the big money here. Nope, all defense. Okay, that did the dreaded 2s there, thing. Let's just move on from that mod. That just feel gross after that roll. All right, next one. Speed 5. Oh, God, please hit. God damn it, thing. Another dreaded 2s.
Hey, Ranger, you know what I just thought about right now?
Damn it. What?
Can you imagine if you were still doing Rodney's account and you had to do double Conquest?
Oh, hell no. That's why I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'd be done. I'd be cooked, dude. I would, yeah. All right, this one has speed, so we're going for the 12 hit automatically. I don't even know why I bothered. Don't even know why I bother, thing. All right, next one. Okay. Arrow. I'll do it again. Nope. They gave me the big hit thing, and now we're getting totally cuckolded here as they're like, no. No. The Illuminati, they're getting their revenge on me thing. Yeah, that's not going well here. Well, we got the big hit. We got one hit. I see speed 5. This has got to hit at least 10. 9. I'll take a 9. No. God bless America. All right, well, all we can do is just keep trying, guys.
Offense, though.
I know. I just don't have the room anymore for blues and stuff. I got so many mods now that I just have to try to take up and slice. It's just silly. All right, another one. Nope. Damn thing. They're just giving it to me now. They're just slapping me. Straight slapping me. Like, oh, you got that one mod? Hit nothing again. Hey, we got defense. That's nice. All right, one more. Nope. All right. Well, at least we know where we stand, thing. We can just sell all this stuff. We don't have to worry about it. Let's just get it to fudge out of here. Hawthorne says, "Bah, I'm doing 2 conquests. This has done them both already. Seems super easy this time around. Yeah, it's a little bit easier on the Conquest because we have a little bit better idea of like what we're doing, things of that nature. So, all right. So there's that. All right, we're gonna get the. I'm going to go back through and check the logs because I know there was a lot of questions. I'll see what I can do here because a lot of people were looking to answer some questions. I tried to answer give me questions I couldn't, guys. So if I didn't get to yours, I apologize. But we'll see if we can go back here and try to look at these. Ashavon says, question, will you guys address the problem with Executor's healing ability? The taunt is 9 to 10 useless having RC mainly focus. I can suggest that when you use the ability on a non-tank, it won't taunt. The healing ability. I will pass that up, Ashavon, if it's not been addressed already. A lot of times you guys say these bugs
What was the question?
about the healing thing on Executor. I got it. It's squared away. It'll be pushed up channels through Ashavon, and if it hasn't already been addressed, it's just one of those things where it's like the healing thing. So I got it. Runen Zai says, are there any plans or talk updating the pilotless ship? So we answered that one with Crumb. Hawthorne, but thank you for the question, Runen Zai. Hawthorne says, question, any plans to revisit the amount of GP added per relic level? A few high relics really hurt GSC matchmaking versus someone with an army of low relic characters. I have zero incentive to relic 9. It's a good call there, Hawthorne. I know it's being discussed, so I can't say any more about it on that, but it'll definitely, I'm sure, I can say it's Crumb kind of gear and everything like that. It's on the table right now. He talked about that. I think this is Tony. Is Tawny? Tonny? Tunny Rat? Could be Tony, but there's no E. Question, are devs aware JML is doing crazy amount of damage with his inherent teachings ability? Is now calculated with his GL unique, whereas before last night it did not include that. I was not aware of that, the T-Rat, but I will make sure that it gets looked at. Actually, let me write that down. If it's not in there already. A lot of times, guys, if you guys see stuff, the testers are looking at stuff and it's being addressed to the team at CG, but let me write that down as to make sure that that goes up. So what is it? GL Luke?
Yeah, Master Luke. So his leadership ability.
Leadership ability, okay.
I mean, he's gonna be nasty. You got Relic 9 guys. Like,
Oh yeah, he's a tank, baby.
Yeah, I think his inherent training with Relic 9 does an extra 20+K damage. So,
Buddy Hall, question: if people are maxed out at level 85, why are their XP points still around? Is there a way after level 85 those points can be converted to crystals or credits at last? I don't know. I can.
I wish.
I know, right? Extra XP. I don't know. I'll bring it up. Fourth Akagi. With the Sith raid becoming symbol, what tier rewards will that be? Sorry, you missed out on your chance to ask.
Why not, right?
Plagued Heart question first. Thank you for starting to address the gear. In regards to normal Conquest, can you talk about how few character shards are earned in the red box for the level of effort after 6 months? Can't really discuss it, Plague, about like that's a concern. There's a lot of concerns with Conquest. It is being heard, so let's see what the changes are moving forward. If you know what they're going to do with Conquest, so let's wait. Shelf that for right now. Let's see what it looks like. I agree with you. There's a lot of stuff on Conquest that needs to be fixed and or changed, right? So let's see what happens. I am with you. I am aware. Alexander Bryan question, roughly when can we see the daily changes update take place? Also, with when will the Sith raid become symbol? I don't know when either of those. I know that they said soon, TM, on on the first part of the gear. I mean, we know that's going to get implemented here shortly. I don't know. I don't have a date or time, and I know Crumb would not actually say when that was going to happen. There's a lot of stuff that they got to get worked out probably, and then they'll launch it. But that's going to become sooner rather than later. The Sith raid, no idea. No idea. We'll have to wait till Crumb makes an announcement on that. Zeta question: why are relic materials the only materials that doesn't have a twice a week event? Zeta credits mod material, but no relic materials. Don't have a twice a week event. I can ask. But then again, there's some more phases coming in for the gear that Crumb mentioned, and so we'll wait to see if that maybe your stuff gets addressed with that, but we'll see. Feed seeks this question: will we get Conquest 9 directly after Conquest 8 is over? We need Maul. It sounds like it's going to be condensed, so we're going to get it pretty quickly. That's what it sounded like to me. That we're going to get it. Like Crumb's answer was like it's condensed, it's going to be quick, so we're back to back to back, which is what I said was going to happen, and it's what's happening.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Dark Helmet's question: are you considering adding Dark Helmet to the game? God, I can only wish we could get Lord Helmet. Do you remember having Capital Shifts Baseball 1? Let's make it happen.
So this is what's gonna happen, guys. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna leak some information right now. So we're gonna get GL Dark Helmet Dark Side, and we're gonna get GL Jar Jar Light Side. Coming
Lone
in.
Star.
Just, yeah, 2022. Just, Mark. It's gonna be the year of the what do you call it? The ship's gonna be the year of the Jar Jar and Dark Helmet.
I see you have the ring, Lone Star, and your Swartz is as big as mine. Let's see how well you handle it. I love that movie so much. Like, now, Lone
Never
Star.
seen it before.
You've got to watch it. Now, Lone Star, you will see that evil will always triumph because good is dumb.
Good is stupid.
Good is stupid, yeah. Tumblr, man with the best friend in the business.
Yeah, I know a lot of the...
Will we ever get an unjoined button for JC? Ask for a friend who messed up the remodded and joined. That's something I'm sure that they're looking at. It would be nice, right? All right. Roy says, is there any way to view stamina and conquest when you lack energy? No, actually you can't. No. Great point. Wolfell question, do you think that they will fix the Kairos are only on one node on each side with the geotick assistant? That should be one of the top priorities to deal with Kairos. There's more stuff for gear, and we talked about Kairos, Wolfell, when I was talking with Crumb about what, that they are looking at Kyrotechs and everything like that. So it's something that's on the table that they're looking at, and we'll see.
So honestly, what they need to do with Kairos is just be able to be farmable in other places rather than just,
Yeah, well, you get some for the raid, you get a little bit from this, you get a little bit from that, and it's little places here, but the two places, and I addressed this with the directly, is that the drop rate for Kyrotechs is pretty boo-boo. It's not good, so, but it's something we'll see what they do with the next phase, is how many there are for gear, and see what they do with it. It's a legitimate concern, my friend. Question, CBO97 question, as the master of mod depression, how does the rolling of gold mods work? Can it hit many times on speed? Yeah. Like I just did it the other day. I mean, we rolled a mod. It was 3. It hit 23. It hit 4 times, just bam. Now, the max you can get with a gold mod, once you get it to gold, is 5. All the stats are 5. That's the max you can hit. You're not going to get 5 on each stat, but like for speed, once it hits 5, no matter what that speed is, that's what you're stuck with. Unless you don't hit speed. So I've got a couple that are like 20 or 19 that were 4, that had 4. We rolled them all the way to 6A gold, and they didn't hit. So I'm stuck with 4. It hit other stats, but it wasn't that one. Choo choo! The engineer shares this question. Since you have a good connection with Crumb, can you say thank you for me to those for me for those changes? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I gotta say, it's a big deal. There's a big concern people have with here. I understand the TW stuff. It's been mentioned because he said so. Those questions and stuff are going up there. But keep your concerns. Keep your things you like, don't like. Again. Things that the time thing is an important thing. It's been presented, so we'll see how it plays out. So trust me, I understand totally. I've been a guild officer. I get the time sync. Go ahead, thing.
And we have to remember, guys. Like I've said this before. The last thing we want is CG to be reactionary, right? Because things go wrong when the company's reactionary. So I know that we want changes. I hate Conquest probably more than anybody around here. I want Conquest to change more than anybody out there, right? But it's I also understand that they can't just be reactionary and change something right away because the community is upset, right? Ultimately, we want things to be done right, and if that means we have to wait a little bit longer so that things are done right, then let's give them the benefit of the doubt, considering that for the most part, the last couple of years, they've progressively been improving and doing stuff a lot better. I think overall, a lot of us are a little, much happier in the game than we were a couple of years ago, when Warrior left and all these guys were up in arms. I think that a lot of people leaving now was just due to fatigue and like me, right? It's Conquest is a huge time sink, right? So it's there was more fatigue of the game, not so much because they were doing something bad per se.
Yeah. Lord Helmet, hey, became a member for 13 months. This question: how about a monthly lotto and pick a skier to walk them through one round of GC saying defense and doing battles on stream? It's not a
Wait,
bad
what?
idea. A lot of where we help one skewer with their GAC. You and me.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll do a lot. Let me see about how we can do about that. No guarantees there, Helmet, but we'll see what we can do. I like this suggestion. Thank you. I'm doing a couple of slices here. Let me see here. Boy, we're gonna get some slices here. Let's do Bam. That's 16. What's the one on you? You're an arrow though. Yeah. Yeah, let's do Bam for ship. Just gonna slice that up.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm just slicing some odds to 6A. That's all. We're just doing a little slicey slice there thing. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Did you already buy the Relic 9 packs?
Have I done what? Have I bought
Have you
those?
bought the Relic 9 pack?
No.
Why not? You said you were.
When I get money, I will. That's the thing. I have to
You're
have.
like, as soon as they come out, we're gonna get that pack.
I know, but I mean, it's before we, listen, we only get so much money for RSG. We get on the first, we get a certain amount of money, and then we, if you want to see me buy packs right now, feel free to go to the PayPal and say, Ranger, go get them damn packs. I'll go get them right now. But I mean, until the money comes in, I can't spend anything. That's why I'm working for tacos and coffee, for Christ's sakes. And it's not an exorbitant amount of money. I have to kind of budget like what we spend in the game and stuff. I try to be reasonable with it. But yeah, there's certain packs like those that I will.
Real harder.
I know, right? It's like, Jesus, am I going to spend $150 just for one Relic 9? I'm like, Jesus.
It's P. You already.
I know,
like,
but it's $150. I'm like, God damn it, $150, man. Jesus Christ.
I was actually thinking about something.
Knights Templar, what's going on, buddy? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was actually thinking about something that the dialog said. What's called last night, where he said that people were going to talk about the mod crunch here in a little while.
Mm-hmm.
And he's right, man. Like, if they don't do like double drops or something with like mods, like, they're gonna, like, people are gonna feel the pain of mods.
Mods is gonna be painful no matter what, man. It's always painful. I don't care how many times I do mods, it's still painful. Tenacity with no tenacity, it's 5 speed, but it's, oh god.
At that point, we do need an inventory increase for mods.
Such a weird mod. It's a tenacity mod, primary stats across with potency, but it's protection, health, speed. I like everything but that it's potency. Damn it, thing. Why couldn't that have been like tenacity or health?
Do it. I like it.
I'm gonna do it, but we always know how these go, so.
That could be a good mod for someone.
Yeah, I did speak to Wells Fargo. Their GAP, they denied me. They said sorry. I was like, damn it. Knight says, I'm kind of curious to see how the mod score gets changed with more gear incoming. That's a great point.
A mod score? What does that mean?
With more mods and gear and stuff. You can see the questions in the chat unless you're not looking at it.
Mm-mm.
What was it? Cross filter. All right, I got to get to this roster review. Let me see here. Let me roll this real quick. All right, here we go. Big money! Shit. Well, I'm just going to move on from that fiasco. That did not go well, thing. That was not... You guys definitely got your money's worth on the mod depression today. Yes, I did hit that one mod, but the other ones have been just a slap, dude. I just got slapped hard today with mod depression. Good God. Evil thing. Just evil. Oh, I definitely need the black eyeballs. Give me those. Any more black eyeballs? You son of a... Trying to get these last characters to Relic, just little dinky pieces I need here and there. I'm like, damn it. They're never in the stores.
Well, you haven't refreshed the monster yet.
I'm not going to. I've already had enough mod depression. I've had my fill thing. I got a roster review today. No.
Just one. Go on. Let's agree on one. Just one refresh.
You're such a butthole. All right. No.
Ooh,
No.
Get that one.
No, I'm not going to get that one.
Remember that third. Hey, remember that 3 speed that one time rolled all the way up to 20.
But it's got defense on it. The other one. What is wrong with you, man? You just want to see me hit more defense?
It also has protection.
Okay.
It also has protection.
You're such a cruddy. You're a cruddy friend. Okay, I'm going to buy this. Look, I feel like I'm going to be wasting credits here. Here we go. Gonna roll this mod for Thane. Now watch it hit just to spite me, right? Just because I can just like, God damn it. You haven't seen the trend. The Illuminati's watching. Let's see. Let's see what happens. We're gonna go for big money here. Here we go. I hope you're happy, Thane.
Heat protection. That's what I was asking for. Remember?
Yeah.
Keep that one. Keep that one.
No, I'm not.
Keep
No,
it. Look,
moving
there's
on.
There's
Bye. Bye, Felicia, on that.
It's a good
Bye. Sure, it's not. Let's see here. Just checking where I am on my arenas real quick. Okay, we need to do a Ross review thing. We got a Ross review to do today. So we're gonna wrap up on that. Window capture. There it is.
Good.
CBO Lacombe. Who is this strange person? CBO Lacombe. I wonder if we know who this is. We know who CBO is, but do we know Lacombe aspect of this? I don't know, Thane. Well, I had more here recently there, Tumblo, and we just bought a bunch of mods, and I didn't hit anything, so you blame Thane. Who's tagging me? Oh, Cubs is. He's probably going live. All right, CBO, CBOW. CBO's like, I have no idea who that is. All right, it's our buddy CBO. All right, let's take a look at CBO, my military brother. Okay, looks pretty good. Nice fleets. Got the executor. 4.9 million. Usually got the executor fleet up and running their thing. Pretty nice. And he's running Jedi Master Luke team, the arena team, and arena. So that looks fine. Let's see what he wants our help with. Thing. We gotta help. We gotta help our buddy. He says, I would like my roster. I would like my roster looked at to see what GL would be easiest to go after next. I have JML and Executor. Yes, we saw. I was looking at GMKC or SLKR. GMK Relegate is hard to get, but with time and would help Bounty Hunter. Would get my Imperial Troopers and Empire up. SLKR is just never like the First Order. Would love for some help. Thanks. Well, thanks for the question. I hit the wrong thing. Okay. So let's go into your roster here. We got to make.
We're definitely going SLKR then.
The hell he is. He needs an arena. God damn it! Stop it! Come, stop it! Slucko.gg just drive me nuts. All right. So we have GML. We have the Executor. How are we looking on? Let's just get a sense of First Order. Well, he's got the characters ready to be. They're starred their thing. So there's that.
Do it. First Order is the best.
Yeah, the thing. I mean, I'm actually leaning toward Kenobi. Depends though, like what your GR looks like.
SLKR is the cheapest.
He is cheap. That's
GL
the thing that's on my mind here. Is like, okay, you don't even have Bad Batch. Yeah. I mean,
we're going SLKR, baby. SLKR?
Yeah, I think you go for SLKR. C's out. Don't go get C. Just you need if you need a character that it's not gonna be anywhere close to what you're gonna need for Kenobi. I mean, my God. I mean, no, Bad Batch is Lord Vader. What the hell's wrong with me? I'm an idiot. Hold on. Let me look at this again. It's like let's see. We have to relegate Yoda. He's only gear 12. We have to relegate Kenobi. Nope. He's only relic 3.
Nope. Mace. Nope.
No, don't have Mace. Ayla, she's 7-star. It's kind of the same kind of. He's kind of the same boat. Hermit Yoda. Do I see Hermit Yoda anywhere? He's needed.
He's not Galactic Republic. No, he's not Galactic Republic.
Was he one that's needed for Kenobi? Oh, it's Grandmaster Yoda. It wasn't Hermit Yoda. Sorry, I'm just doing it off the top of my head.
Okay.
Gear wise, he's actually closer with GR. However, First Order is a little bit easier to do. I'm kind of torn here. I'm gonna put it to you this way, CBO. Whichever one. Oh, Bo-Katan's 39 out of 100. I haven't even looked at her yet. Yeah, I mean, if for a team that's, I mean, you still have to farm Bo-Katan and some other things. It's a tough call.
So KR gets you the Sith raid.
Yeah, I mean the path. I'm starting to lean toward what Thane's saying here. I mean, looking at your roster, going into SLKR, finishing off Bo-Katan, then going into JMK might actually be a smart play. You get your SLKR, they'll give you that Dark Side GL. You get the first order components, and then once you finish up Bo-Katan and the rest, with the farms, then go into JMK. I think that seems like a pretty solid path. Because you still have to get Bo-Katan, you still have to get her shards. Yeah, I'm with this. I think you go get SLKR. You got the first order, just needs gear. Save your Relic 8s and stuff for SLKR. Build those up a little bit so that when you go for JMK, you remember you still got to do Cat with him. I'm sorry, you'll need Cat and JMK. You have Commander. He does have Commander Sook at Relic 5 though. Their thing. That's what's really throwing me off here. I'm like, Jesus.
Does he have Ray?
He does not have Ray.
Does he have Ray?
No, he doesn't. I just said he doesn't have Raid. He has Jedi Master Luke. He has 1 GL. He's 4.9 million, man. Cut the guy some slack, Jack.
I mean, okay, fine. He can go Master Kenobi, but
he's got Commander Ahsoka at Relic 5, man. She's ready to go, dude.
Fine.
Yeah.
But I would still say get Kylo up next.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. You're gonna have to get Ayla. I think she's part of this, right? Where's your Ayla? Okay, she's 7 stars. She'll just.
I guess it also depends on how
Qui-Gon, Mace.
It also depends on how much gear he has in reserves. Because if he can get Slacker while he's still farming up some of these other tunes.
That's true. While you're, once you start working on this JMK and his ultimates, you can start getting the because all those characters will be relics and stuff. Then you can start going right into as soon as you unlock. Even once you start unlocking Kenobi, you can start gearing up your first order and start going right into Slacker. I'm okay with that. I think that's a good plan. I was gonna lead toward SLKR, then I saw you had that Commander Ahsoka sitting there at Relic 5, like, oh, well, we got to get Kenobi, man. Oh my God! If I hadn't seen Commander Ahsoka, I would have been like, yeah, you got to get Commander Ahsoka, and then I'm like, oh, there she is, and she's already relicked. Nice Templar. I'm surprised Thane isn't asking if he's got his Rebels geared. Oh God.
I was about to ask that, but he doesn't have Ray. He doesn't have Kylo. Kylo's important.
He's 4.9. He's building up. Yeah, okay. We'll get Kenobi. Then
I know,
but
the Sith Raid.
This
is what I tell people. You guys have to get to the Sith Raid. Like Sith Raid gives you so much, gear. Like when I hear people say like, "Oh, I'm running out of relic stuff," or "I'm running out of this," I immediately ask, "Are you doing the Sith Raid?" Guaranteed. I'm slacking on the Sith Raid. I can definitely feel the difference when I'm doing the Sith Raid, when I'm not doing the Sith Raid. The gear is just so good when you do the Sith Raid in your top 10.
I've actually got some decent stuff. When I finished on that top 10, 11 to like 20, even 11 to 15, I've gotten some decent gear out of it, like whole pieces and stuff. I'm like, all right, hey, that works for me. Huzzah! Gear for Ranger. Yay! Yeah, it is. I think they did say that, Mike, that it is going symbol soon. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, I know, but I'll murk like Sith Raid. I'll seriously murk Sith Raid.
Yeah.
Like if they give me like, that's why I asked earlier if it's going to be what tier rewards, because it's going to be level 11, rank 11 rewards. And forget it. I'm not going to do the ones in the guild. And my guild says, "Oh, we're going to sim it." I'm like, forget it. I'll go.
No, it'll be a guild. It'll be guild by guild decision in the lore guilds.
Yeah, so it's like I'll murk it. I don't care.
That's right. You will murk it. Merc. All right. CBO. Anything else? I think that kind of does the one thing you had was like which direction. I think you go get JMK into SLKR. I think that's a solid plan for your account because if we look at all your other characters, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good. You've done a pretty good job focused on. I mean, we got a lot of the good stuff here. Come on, get out of Galactic Republic. Christ. He's got Gas. He's got Luke. Jedi Knight Luke. We do need to gear up your Sith Empire.
SLKR is also a staple on defense for TW.
Hey, man.
ZAC.
Any Zetas I really need to add got 48 in the bank. No, you're gonna need, if we're gonna go for Kenobi and SLKR and stuff like that, just save them because you need 120 pieces total for a Galactic Legend. I mean, think about that. So, no, there's nothing that stands out to me that I'm just looking quick glance that you need. I mean, Piet's missing his, but I mean, do you need? You know, Zeta's on Piet. I mean,
He needs one of them.
he needs one of them.
Yeah, he does.
His
He
unique.
needs one of them.
Yeah, his unique, which is
Yeah.
which one is it? It's not his leadership. It's the
Yeah,
other
that one is important.
Is it the
No,
Emperor's Trap?
It's unique, which gives him the stacks. Yeah, he needs that one.
Yeah, Piet has 60% counter chance. He gains 5% turn meter whenever an ally takes damage. Whenever an Empire ally begins a turn or attacks a turn, all Empire allies gain a stack of the Emperor's Trap. Yeah. And plus all that other stuff with Vader and and that's 6% offense and potency stacking. So, yeah. So that one, but then you're gonna have to hoard because you're gonna be going for Kenobi. Mike says CLS and JTR need their missing Zetas. Yeah, you could maybe do those, but if you only have 48, I mean, you have to think about where you want to put them and stuff. But yeah, just think about like each GL takes 6 Zetas. That's 120 Zeta mass. It's maddening. All right, anything else, CBO? Let me know. When we'll look at it. Don't worry about your Imperial Troopers right now. We'll work on them after these two. That might be a fun project for you after we get these next 2 GLs. You do SLKR, you do GMK.
Well, at that level, she can make them work at gear 11.
Yeah, they don't have to be super high at that level. So, yeah. At least get them farmed, and then when we're ready to make the big push for gearing those guys next, then we can. So, yeah, but just stay on target with these 2 GLs, and then we can go back and get your Darth Revan geared, get your Imperial Troopers geared, work on kind of rounding out some of your other teams before you go for that next GL. Take a break from the 2 GL farm, because I know you just did that for Executor to get that sucker up, which is going to pay dividends for you, which is already have in Arena. But if we can get you GMK, get you high on the Arena payout as well, get you more crystals there, and then get you better rewards from the raid with Kenobi, then get SLKR, and then finish out Darth Revan, finish out Imperial Troopers. I think you'll be in a good spot. So now it looks really good. If anything else, Dark Trooper 60 out of 100. Yeah, just keep farming them. Get the stars. We'll worry about the gear afterwards. We'll get that squared away. So I'm definitely on the same page with you on that. No, it looks really good. That's the only one. That's the rest of 7. So yeah, just hang tight on those, buddy. Just hang tight on those. We'll eventually get those, and we'll get you squared away. Let's focus on all gear, Zetas, and stuff on those specific things that we're going to need. So, and then we'll get it squared away. All right. I'll see if CB wants me to look at anything else. Yes, Dark Trooper Tumble Dry. He is creamy and delicious. But if you would like a roster review from RSG, all you need to do is send your GG page and what you want us to look at to Finity in our Discord, FINITY, Finita. And he message him, give him a day or 2 to respond. If he hasn't responded by then just spam him. He said it. He's told me to tell you guys that it's cool. Spam him until he responds and let you know that you are in the queue. Once you're in the queue, you'll know the date and time. Now, DJ Scrim, I've got to get your roster review done. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I apologize. I didn't see it yesterday when we were doing our stuff. We were a little busy. Had a few little things going on. So, but yeah, I'm going to, I got some stuff I got to work on. So, yeah. I'm just checking where I am in fleet. So, yeah. We're 11 in Arena, and then where am I in fleet? Let me see what I dropped in fleet. 8. That's about what I drop on average. The other day I was kind of shocked thing. I dropped to like 18 or something in Arena. I was like, oh. And I'm okay with that because I'm like, okay, I need feats anyway for GAC. So we'll get our GAC win, and then we'll see who our next opponent is. See if they're an efficiency fighter. We'll see. All right, let me check guild stuff real quick, and then I'm going to go do some Conquest. No, we got this. Let's read something open at the moment. Okay. CBS says, thank you, Ranger. Thank you, are welcome. Yes, 7-star Executor is great, all with crystal saved. Nice. Yes, you're welcome. If you have any other questions, CB, you're more than welcome to reach out to me at any time. No, I don't want to go back into Arena. My mouse is being really like just touchy, man. Like I'm not even. It's like for reals. We only need 7 more tickets in or burritos, their thing, and we've got the red loot crate box. I'm just doing the. I decided I'm not even going to do the Darth Maul one. I'm just going to do the I need how many more? I need 7 more battles with the smugglers. I gotta do smugglers. So we'll do.
Ugh.
So we.
I finished my Conquest like not too long ago.
Mhm.
Just, dude, I went hard, dude. I went like into the 200s. I was like, I don't care. Like, I just want to get this done.
Yeah.
And then I'm helping Becca with hers. I'm just like banging my head against the wall because she didn't get freaking Geonosians
Oh
in
no.
one of the zones. And I'm like, no, how am I gonna do this?
Art Gaming says, "How can I get a roster review from you, Ranger?" I think we just talked about that, right? Thank you, CBO. I need to switch screens.
Yes.
Yeah, you send your GG.
But repeat it for the good folks.
Oh, well, I'll be more than glad to, thing. All you need to do is send your GG to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.gg page, along with everything you want us to look at. Write it out to Finity in our Discord, FINITY. Send that to him, give him a day or two to respond. And if he hasn't, then just spam him. And then once you are good to go, he will let you know that you are in the queue. Don't stop until he says that you are in the queue. It's important. And then we'll get you a date and time, and then we'll set you up. And that's all you needs to do, brother. And we're just doing.
Dude, I was looking at Crew, like the amount of increases he gets for Relic 9. He gets a lot of protection, like a lot of protection.
Yeah, from what I think Cubs, when he was on the stream yesterday, on Cubs stream, Crumb was talking about like, tanks and the stats, I think, on that. Somebody was, I can't remember. But yeah, it's increasing tanks. That's supposed to be their big thing with Relic 9. And that's been on the forums and stuff. So tanks are going to be a little bit more tanky.
Yeah, the armor didn't go up as much as I would like it to, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Yeah, say it didn't go up as much as I wanted to say. Yeah. All right, we're blasting our way through this smuggler one. Really, all you need is Han and Chewie. It's like, okay. Let's hit Tech out of there. You get your monkey ass out of there, you son of a... Let's go smack Omega. Ark says, all right, thanks, Ranger. I think I missed your first explanation. I'll send it when I can. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. Let's see how we help the Pipples. Me and Thane are all about helping the Pipples. The Pepples.
We are.
We love helping the Pepples.
Even though they're mean to us sometimes, but it's okay.
That's all right. Like Meow Meow. Meow Meow's very mean to me, Thing.
No, I know, right?
I'm like, why you being like this, Meowness? Why you being like this? Why now? Why? All right, we're just doing some Conquest. If you guys have any questions, last call. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get some stuff done and yee.
Stuff done. What could be more important than hanging out with the Skewers, Ranger?
Life. we all have our crosses to bear there, Thing. Oh,
You've done that yourself.
I have done this myself, Anakin. Just knocking out these battles. Let's see if there's any other questions. I don't see any.
They haven't addressed how many more teams are putting on defense, have they?
No, I think they're going to explain that more. We remember we have this was the road ahead. I think State of the Galaxy, right? They said they're going to get more depth with a lot of this stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. There's more information coming, guys. So just hang on.
Yeah, so we have a TW like coming up here like soon, like tomorrow.
I don't know. Yeah, you ask good questions, Thane. I just don't have good answers.
I mean, you would think that they would give the officers a heads up, like so they can plan it.
I know, for they're going, oh my god, that's why I asked the question that I did. It's like, And I really appreciate Crumb taking his time and coming in. And I wanted to talk about the testing program, the way it works, how open it is with the dialogue and things of that nature, and give you guys a sense that your thoughts are being heard, that we're testing stuff, and we're looking at things, and we give feedback. I also want to address the time sync with TW, get more into the gear, that there's more phases coming, and chirotex, all that stuff is what I wanted to cover for you guys. So. And just keep the comments and stuff coming, guys. Your feedback does matter. Buzzo says, down to Embo and Zam, it is painful farm for those two bozos. Oh, Buzzo, I know. Trust me, we know. Buzzo
I
says,
know. I had to farm freaking Embo as well.
I got them. I have had them at like gear 11 and 12. It's just taking them to Relic, and there's just so many dinky pieces that I'm like, God, it's always the pieces that you don't really farm a lot for. You're like, Jesus, every damn time.
Like Cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
You like Cheddar, the little Cheddar comics?
I hate them. I hate them so much. Oh, do I hate them? Thing. Ugh. What's that other purple piece? That strange one that you need that for the relics. I don't remember what it's called. I have to go look, but it's like, God damn it, I need more of those.
Which one?
I can't remember what it's called. It's that purple piece. It's kind of brownish with the yellow lines on it. I can't remember what it's called. Servo Tech or whatever. The engineer says you missed my question. I thought we got it. Let me go look here.
Ranger,
I'm pretty sure we answered it. Let me look here. I saw the one you did earlier at 12. It says, since you have a good connection with Crumb, can you say thank you for me for those changes? I responded to that one. Let's see if there was another one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I remember.
Let's see if there was another one. That's the only one I see.
Well, if it's not that one, then he can ask again, but I remember you addressed that one.
Okay, there it is. It just popped up. Question says, the pessimist sees a dark tunnel. The optimist sees a light at the end of the tunnel. The realist sees a train coming. What does the train driver see? Nothing, because he's on his phone.
Yep.
He's watching a video. Why don't we say the train driver sees all? He sees everything and all, for he is powerful. Bustle says, I'm so tired of bronzing wiring. Yeah. I got you, engineer. Choo choo. Steve says, I just rolled gas and revving after the last constant, so that is why I tumble dry. What did Tumble say? Tumble says, you produced a strong stream today, Ranger, Thane, and Crumb. What else did he say? Oh, the train driver one. Okay, gotcha. All right, how many more of these I got to do? I think it was 7 in total. What battles is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. I might be able to pull this one off, old Thanadoodle. I just may get that damn glue crate box right now. Not if I don't stun Techie. Let's just get you out of there because you suck. I'll go look at the feet real quick. We might get that box right now. Oh, yeah, please. Yes, please stun. I got you. Rika. 3 edits on the track.
That's like get some nice little boosts.
You see 3 edits on the track? That's what you're saying, the engineer. I said you see all. Well, if there's 3 edits on the track, then yeah. You get the joke here, Thane? He says, the pessimist sees a dark tunnel. The optimist sees a light at the end of the tunnel. The realist sees a train coming. What does the train driver see? 3 idiots on the track. Well said, right, sir. Oh, he was asking why you were so low in Arena JML. Or high. All right, how many more do I need? Just one more thing. We're going for it. We're going for that red box, and we don't have to dick around with this anymore. We're going in, Thing. We're going in full throttle. See, we're at 40% stamina. I don't know how this is going to play out. It's like, oh boy.
You must believe, boy.
You must have faith. The penitent man, my past, the penitent man. Please don't go. Damn, they took a turn. We're screwed.
You know what I'm mad about, Ranger?
What's that?
That there's already a Dynamine leak for a pack for Maw, but they didn't come out with a pack for Cat. What's up with that?
You know, it's a good thing. I don't know. Come on, kill him. God bless it. Let's say, God damn it. Can you kill there? Yes, go after Hunter. Oh, you stupid Omega. I have 160% plus on tenacity with Ness, and she gets stunned. Right. So because that's how it's supposed to work.
Was she dazed?
No, she didn't have any boo-boos. There it is. CBS says, Watt and GG are ready to Relic. Which one first? Neither. We told you. Go get...
Wait, GG. Like, wait, no. Grievous. That's not even a question. Watt does what he needs to do at 3 stars gear, like 11 or something.
Oh, we got some ad spam. I just took care of that. Hey, there we go. Win at least 14 battles with full squad of smugglers. There's 10. And Thane, I don't even have to do any more feats or anything. There it is. The red crate. Dun, 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 which we'll get in 5 days or whatever. What, on Monday? We'll get it on Monday thing. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up. So thank you guys for joining us. Thanks to Crumb for hanging out with us. I'll be hanging out with Crumb tonight. So thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the follows, subs, sponsors for YouTube. Very much appreciated. Again, you know all the ways. It's in the description. You can support us in different ways. So just want to say again, thank you guys for hanging out. We'll be back tonight then. And tomorrow we'll have the lunch stream. I was supposed to GA Center tonight, but I forgot I promised Crumb I would be on his stream tonight, so I'm going to push that back to tomorrow. So we'll do GA Center on Friday, and then Saturday we'll have the Jedi Academy. We'll knock out GAC either Friday or Saturday, and then Saturday night will be Dungeons and Dragons. So lots of good stuff coming up for you guys. So have a good rest of your day. Thank you guys for hanging out. Love you. Be safe, and we will hug you later. Peace out.